going to do something a little bit bizarre. I'm actually going to save a 6x6 piece because I think I'm going to use it as a background for frame. I think I like this bit, so I'm going to top bit. I'm just going to do that 6 by 6. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with it entirely, but I have this empty frame. I think it's going to sit in that one quite nicely, maybe with something on the top. But for the moment, it can just plonk itself in the bit of the frame that I can see that's on the wall. Hang on. So there you go, frame done, ready. It's not obviously behind the glass, but it'll do for the moment, and then I'll find an embellishment or something to put on it and finish it, and maybe I'll video that, but that'll be a separate video. But now to put the rest up. So that itself can be a panel on a card, so there's one piece. Then we've got this other piece that is about 14.5 centimetres ish. So we could go for one that's at 10 centimetres, because that's pretty much an A6 card front. That'll do. And then we'll cut this one into 2 pieces, like so. And there we go. We have backgrounds to make into some cards. So let me go and grab some supplies and I'll see what I end up making with these. Okay, I've had ideas for 2 of them. So one of them is these Tim Holtz, the wildflowers. And I thought maybe one of those cut out of white on top of that one. And a similar idea, but this time using the Forever Flourishing dies. This sort of branchy type thing to cut out to go on top of that one. Potentially that one needs something else behind it, I'm not sure, but we'll see. So I'm going to go and do some die cutting using the white, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've cut 3 of each. This one is slightly tall, but it won't matter because it's only going to be the bottom layer. So the reason I've done a few of each is because this is really quite flimsy cardstock. I bought it from Hobbycraft, thought it was going to be thicker than it is, and so I'm just in the process of just trying to use it up. But the reality is that if I'm doing die cutting or anything like that, I absolutely need at least a couple of layers because it's just too flimsy. But also I watch a lot of Jennifer McGuire craft videos, and she stacks her die cuts a lot. She likes a lot of dimension, and I must admit, I really think she's a very talented lady, but I also really like the dimension it creates. It sort of turns them properly into embellishments rather than just something you've cut out. I don't know if that makes sense or not to anybody else, but it just turns them into something a little bit more special in my opinion. I don't always use liquid glue when I'm doing this kind of thing. I usually, well, it depends what kind of die cut it is. If it's a less fine die cut, less individual bits and pieces. Apologies if you can hear my husband for singing for some reason. He's decided to sing in the hallway. Bear with me. Yeah, my husband doesn't even know he makes noise. But he does, all the time, constantly doing drum things or guitar solos and humming away to something. And because he likes completely different types of music to me, because he likes a lot of metal, it's not what I like listening to. It's his versions of whatever strange Viking metal or randomness that he's been listening to. Anyway, so when it's a fine die cut, this one was particularly fiddly. you're best using a liquid glue, because you probably need to just wiggle it and mold it into shape. I'm slightly off on this side, but I don't think I can do anything about it now. But yeah, so I tend to use liquid glue for that. But on bigger shapes, I tend to use something like Pritt Stick, because it just keeps it going, keeps it nice and flat. So I think that looks quite cool on there. I'm almost wondering if it needs another layer though of die cut. No, I think we'll be all right. And this one I thought onto here. I think that's fine. What I was wondering about was, you know, this piece that I wiped off and did sort of a thing, whether to do a circle out of that. So I've got an old punch here, but it's doesn't always cut well. And of course this time it just proves me wrong by cutting it perfectly. I'm just thinking that maybe with a bit of black around it. So I always have on my desk these sort of like scraps of cardstock. I mean, that works perfectly with it, so that's going to work anyway. Maybe it's the brown that I'm looking. I've got some black. I've got some black, but I don't know if they're big enough pieces. No, it's not quite big enough, is it? Maybe we won't use that. Maybe we'll do that though. Just give it a little trim into our rectangle. Loving it. Might take black for the outside of that. So let's just take these are scraps. I'm never quite sure if they've got straight edges, so I always like to just, even if it's just taking off a slither like that, it just makes sure that I've evened it up. And that to there. I think I need to just edge this. Oh, sorry, I'm getting low battery, so I won't be long. More on this, and then this one I think is fine on there. I don't think I want to add another colour. I think I'm going to keep that as quite a plain background. Right, I'm going to stick these together and I'll show you the final results. Sorry, I just thought I'd come on to explain that I am sticking them down using Pritt Stick, because what I want it to do is to absolutely adhere to the background, and I just wanted to let you know that, because although it was quite a thick piece of paper, it was paper, it wasn't cardstock, the original, and obviously they've warped with all the media on them, so I just wanted to explain that that's what I've done. Right, I'll see you when I've finished sticking it together. Well, it's some time later. I've been picked up my daughter, we've been and had our tea, I cooked tea, sorry, we've had it, and I've now finished the cards, so I thought I would share them now, obviously for you, and just like that. Okay, so this one here, really happy with. It's really funky, modern. I've just put a little hello sentiment, just using little alphas on a piece of that in order to make sure it tied in, but had some contrast to it. A few little blue gems just to bring that blue back through. And on the inside, just one of the off-cut bits and a bit of black with the white in order to finish off. So happy with that. This one I made into a bit more of a special card, with it being longer. So I've gone for the 7x7 card blank. I've used, I think it's called old paper, could be wrong, but something like that. Embossing folder, so it's got some nice texture, bit of black card around the outside, and then, sorry, distracted because my daughter's just walked in the room, And then I've just found these 3 little charms that I've just added some coordinating colour thread through in order to finish off. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that. Very lengthy. Obviously I've still got this piece, and then my piece in the picture frame in order to use, which I'll do on another occasion, whether I'll video or not, I have no idea. Please do give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I don't post particularly regularly. It's the only way you'll know that I've posted a video. Maya, is there anything else you would like to say? No, she's shaking her head. Okay. Right, until next time, bye.